Welcome to the world of NFL betting. The National Football League is more than just a game, it's a national passion. What if you could elevate your engagement beyond just rooting for the home team? This is where the world of NFL betting comes into play. It's about understanding the game on a deeper, more analytical level. It's a sophisticated and increasingly mainstream way to connect with the sport you already love. This guide is your playbook, designed for everyone. We'll use plain, simple English to explain everything you need to know. Our goal? Giving you the confidence and the knowledge to make smart, informed decisions. Let's get started. Let's be honest, the appeal of the NFL is undeniable. It's a uniquely American spectacle. Every Sunday, cities turn into seas of team colors. Families and friends gather for tailgate parties, sharing food and building anticipation for the kickoff. The game itself is a chess match played by giants, a test of strength, speed, and intelligence. We get attached to the players, we follow their careers, and we live and die with the decisions of our favorite coaches. It's a shared cultural experience that brings people together, creating memories that last a lifetime. The drama of a last-second field goal or a game-winning touchdown is simply unmatched in sports. Now imagine taking that inherent passion and adding a personal stake to the outcome. That's the magic of betting on the game. Suddenly, a regular season matchup between two teams you don't even root for becomes must-see TV. You're no longer just a passive observer. You are an active participant. You've done your homework, you've analyzed the teams, and you've put your knowledge to the test. Every completed pass, every defensive stop, every penalty flag carries a new weight. It transforms your viewing experience from simple entertainment into an engaging intellectual challenge. It makes you a sharper fan. The popularity of NFL betting has exploded for a reason. With the rise of legal, regulated online sportsbooks, it has never been safer or more accessible. Gone are the days of mystery and uncertainty. Today you can access a world of information right at your fingertips. You can compare odds, read expert analysis, and place a wager from the comfort of your own home. This accessibility has opened the door for millions of fans to participate, turning a niche hobby into a mainstream activity. It's a new frontier for sports fans, offering a dynamic and interactive way to engage with every single game on the schedule. This isn't just about the money, though the prospect of winning is certainly a thrill. It's about the challenge. It's about proving your football knowledge. It's about that feeling of satisfaction when you correctly predict an upset or see a game play out exactly as you analyzed it. It's a test of your analytical skills, your discipline, and your ability to see the game beyond the surface-level narratives. When you have a bet on a game, you watch it differently. You notice the little things, the matchups on the offensive line, the defensive formations, the play-calling tendencies. You become a student of the game in a way you never were before. Let's talk about the feeling. It's the moment right before the ball is snapped on a crucial third down. The quarterback is barking out signals, the defensive line is shifting, and for a split second, anything is possible. That anticipation, that blend of hope and tension, is a core part of what makes football so exciting. Betting on the game captures that exact feeling and spreads it across the entire 3 hours of play. It's not about reckless gambling, it's about making a calculated risk. You've studied the teams, you've looked at the stats, and you've identified what you believe is a favorable situation. You're making an educated guess, not a blind one. This is a key distinction to make. Professional bettors and sharp amateurs don't just throw money at their favorite teams and hope for the best. They operate like stock traders, looking for value in the market. They analyze data, they study trends, and they manage their bankroll with discipline. The thrill comes from the intellectual process, the satisfaction of a well-researched pick paying off. It's the excitement of seeing your analysis proven correct on the field. This guide is built to help you adopt that same mindset, transforming you from a simple fan into a savvy analyst who knows how to spot opportunity. Think of it this way. Every week, the odds makers in Las Vegas and at online sportsbooks set a line for each game. That line is their best guess at how the game will play out, designed to attract equal betting on both sides. Your job is to find the flaws in that line. Do you think a favorite is being overvalued? Is an underdog being underestimated? That's where the game within the game is played. The thrill isn't just in winning the bet, it's in outsmarting the market. It's a puzzle, and every week presents a new set of challenges and opportunities to solve it. And let's be clear, this doesn't have to be a high-stakes endeavor. The beauty of modern sports betting is that you can participate at any level you're comfortable with. Whether you're wagering the cost of a pizza or a more significant amount, the fundamental experience is the same. It's about enhancing your enjoyment of the game. It's about giving you a reason to be invested in every single snap, from the opening kickoff in September to the final whistle of the Super Bowl in February. The risk is what you make it, but the thrill of being right is a reward all its own. So, what are we going to cover? This guide is your complete NFL betting starter kit. We'll build your knowledge from the ground up, starting with the essentials. First, we'll ensure you speak the language, breaking down key terms like point spread, money line, totals, props, and parlays. You'll understand what the numbers mean. Then, we'll move into different types of bets and real strategy. Next, we learn how to be a smart bettor. We'll discuss finding value and bankroll management. Finally, we'll discuss the legal landscape and how to participate safely and responsibly. Our aim is to give you the tools you need to build your own winning strategy and enjoy the NFL season like never before. As we prepare, it's important to set the right expectations. Becoming a successful sports bettor doesn't happen overnight. There will be a learning curve. Our goal is to equip you with a framework for thinking that will put you in a position to make smart decisions. Think of this journey in terms of a full NFL season. The key is to focus on the process, not just the immediate results. Learning to separate your emotional rooting interest from your analytical betting interest is a critical skill. So, let's set the stage. You'll be ready to look at the Week 1 matchups with a brand new perspective. We're here to give you the conditioning, the strategy, and the coaching you need to finish strong. Let's get down to business. Before you bet, understand the language of the sportsbook. The foundation of betting is odds. Odds represent the likelihood of an outcome and how much you can win. Think of them as the price tag on a bet. In the United States, the most common format is American odds, with plus or minus signs. Minus indicates the favorite, the number shows how much you risk to win $100. Plus indicates the underdog, the number shows the profit for every $100 bet. This risk versus reward dynamic is at the heart of sports betting strategy. Understanding the principle is key. Once comfortable, you're ready to read the entire line. Let's explore the three most common NFL bets: the point spread, money line, and the total. Money line is simply picking the winner. The point spread gives a handicap to level the playing field. Finally, the total, or over-under, is a bet on the combined score of both teams. Now let's learn how to read a full betting line on a sportsbook's website or app. Once you know the structure, it becomes incredibly simple. For example, Green Bay Packers plus 4.5 at minus 110 versus San Francisco 49 ERs minus 4.5 at minus 110, with a total of 47.5. The team with the minus sign is the favorite. Next, you'll find the money line odds. Finally, you'll see the total, which might be listed as over or under 47.5. So, in one simple line, you have all the information you need. So you know the lingo and you can read the lines. The next logical question is, where do you actually go to place these bets? The answer is a sportsbook. Think of a sportsbook as a financial market for sports. It's the institution that sets the odds, accepts the wagers, and pays out the winnings. In the past, this might have meant a trip to a casino in Las Vegas. But today, the landscape has changed dramatically. The rise of legal online sports betting has brought the action directly to you. Available through websites and sophisticated mobile apps on your phone or tablet, online sportsbooks have become the dominant force in the industry, and for good reason. They offer incredible convenience. You can browse odds, manage your account, and place a bet in seconds from virtually anywhere within a state where it is legal. These platforms are highly competitive, which is great for you, the consumer. They vie for your business by offering sign-up bonuses, promotions, and most importantly, competitive odds. It's always a good idea to have accounts at a few different reputable sports books so you can shop the line and make sure you're getting the best possible price for any bet you want to make. When choosing a sports book, there are a few key things to look for. First and foremost is legality and regulation. Only bet with licensed operators that are approved to do business in your state. This ensures your money is safe and that the games are fair. Secondly, look at the user interface. Is the app easy to navigate? Can you find the games and bets you want quickly? Third, consider their customer service options and the ease of depositing and withdrawing funds. A good sportsbook makes the entire process seamless, from signing up to cashing out your winnings. We'll touch more on the legalities later, but always prioritize safety and reputation. The physical or retail sportsbook still has its place, of course. There's a certain energy and social experience that comes with watching the games in a casino sportsbook, surrounded by other bettors on a Sunday afternoon. Many casinos now have incredible venues with massive video walls, comfortable seating, and food and drink service, creating an immersive environment. For many, a hybrid approach works best, using mobile apps for convenience during the week and enjoying the atmosphere of a retail book for big game days. The important thing is that you now have more safe and legal options than ever before. We've laid the groundwork. You understand odds, you know the main bet types, and you know where to go. It's time to walk through placing your first bet. Let's say you like the Baltimore Ravens to win. Log into your sportsbook app and navigate to the NFL section. Find the Ravens versus Texans game, tap the Ravens moneyline odds. This pulls up your bet slip. Enter your stake. The app calculates potential winnings, confirm and place your bet. That's it. Now watch the game and cheer for the Ravens. Congratulations, you've made your first NFL bet. You've got the basics down: point spreads, money lines, totals, but the sportsbook playbook is much deeper. Enter exotic bets, the trick plays of betting, letting you get creative and specific with your predictions. These wagers let you focus on individual players, game moments, or combine multiple outcomes for bigger thrills. If you know a quarterback will shine or a team will start fast, there's a bet for that. We'll break down the most popular advanced bets: props, parlays, teasers, and futures. Each requires a unique strategy and can give you an edge when used wisely. Think of them as new plays in your arsenal. Use them at the right time for maximum impact. Exotic bets open up more ways to find value, especially when traditional lines don't appeal. Let's dive in and expand your betting playbook. Get ready to see the NFL and your wagers in a whole new light. Let's talk proposition bets, or props, the fastest growing area in NFL betting. Props aren't about who wins, but about specific events: a player's stats, a team milestone, or even the coin toss. Every play becomes a betting opportunity, keeping you engaged from kickoff to the final whistle. Player props are most common bet on passing yards, touchdowns, or receptions. Team props let you wager on things like which team scores first or their total points. Game props cover everything from the first score type to novelty bets during the Super Bowl. Props let you leverage your knowledge of matchups and game flow. They're perfect for finding value outside the main lines. With endless variety, props make every game and every play matter. Mastering props means spotting opportunities others miss. Now, the parlay, the dreamer's bet. A parlay links multiple bets. Every leg must win for a payout. The risk is high, but so is the reward. Odds multiply, turning small stakes into big wins. For example, combine 3 bets into one ticket. If all hit, your payout is much bigger than betting them separately. The more legs, the higher the potential payout, and the lower your chances. Parlays are fun, but the house edge grows with each added leg. Use parlays for entertainment, not as your main strategy. Bet small, enjoy the ride, and don't chase losses. When a long shot parlay hits, it's unforgettable. But remember, it's rare. Treat parlays as a thrill, not a path to steady profit. Teasers are the strategic cousin of parlays. With teasers, you adjust point spreads or totals in your favor, trading a lower payout for a better chance to win. The classic NFL teaser moves lines by 6 points, making tough bets easier to hit. For example, shift a favorite from -7.5 to -1.5, or an underdog from +2, 5 to +8. 5. All legs must win, but payouts are smaller than standard parlays. Teasers are for bettors who want higher win probability, not just big payouts. Advanced strategies like the Wong teaser target key football numbers for maximum value. Teasers require understanding of line movement and game flow. Use them wisely to add a sharp edge to your betting playbook. When played right, teasers can be a powerful tool for disciplined bettors. Futures bets are for those who play the long game. Instead of a single game, you're betting on season-long outcomes, like who wins the Super Bowl or division. Odds shift all season, so timing your bet is key. Futures can offer huge payouts if you spot undervalued teams or breakout players early. You can also bet on win totals or player awards like MVP. Patience is crucial. Your money's tied up for months, but the rewards can be big. Futures let you back your preseason analysis and enjoy a season-long sweat. They're the ultimate test of your forecasting skills. There's nothing like holding a long-shot ticket as your team surges late in the year. Futures betting is all about vision, timing, and conviction. Welcome to live betting, the most dynamic way to wager. Place bets as the game unfolds, with odds updating in real time. React to momentum swings, injuries, and surprises as they happen. Bet on main lines or instant props like the next drive's outcome. Live betting lets you hedge pre-game bets or capitalize on overreactions. It's fast-paced and requires discipline. Don't chase losses in the heat of the moment. Success means staying sharp, sticking to your plan, and processing new info quickly. For those who master it, live betting is electrifying and rewarding. It's the ultimate test of your analysis and emotional control. Experience the NFL like never before. One play, one bet at a time. Let's move into the war room. Preparation is key. Do your homework. Research each matchup. Gather information to make an educated prediction. Look at the basic statistical profile of each team. Next, analyze the specific matchups on the field. Finally, don't forget the intangibles: scheduling, travel, injuries, and weather. Now you have a complete picture of the game. Now that you've done your research, we need to introduce the single most important concept in long-term successful betting: value betting. Value exists when you believe the probability of an outcome is greater than the probability implied by the sportsbook's odds. You aren't just trying to pick winners, you're trying to find bets where the price is wrong. Imagine someone offered you plus 120 odds on heads. The true probability is still 50%, but the odds now imply a probability of only about 45.5%. Since the true probability is higher than the implied probability, this is a value bet. Start asking, are the odds for this team giving me a fair price relative to their chances of winning? When you can consistently identify and bet on value, you put the long-term odds in your favor. Let's talk about bankroll management. Your bankroll is the money you set aside for betting. A unit is a percentage of your bankroll, typically 1 to 3%. Every bet should be measured in these units. This unit-based approach, known as flat betting, takes the emotion out of bet sizing. More importantly, it protects your capital. Chasing losses is the #1 killer of a bankroll. Bankroll management ensures bad luck doesn't knock you out. Without discipline, you will ultimately fail. It's time to place your bet, but even this step has strategy. When you bet can be as important as what you bet on. Lines move based on money, injuries, and weather. Another strategy is line shopping. Not every book has the same line. Always check different sports books. It's free value. Be decisive, but not impulsive. Research, identify value, check your unit plan, shop for the best line, and then execute. In sports betting, avoiding unforced errors is as important as making great picks. Many bettors fall into predictable traps that drain their bankrolls. The most common mistake is betting with your heart instead of your head, called homerism. Another major error is chasing your losses, an emotional reaction and a recipe for disaster. Another mistake is falling for the gambler's fallacy. Avoid homerism, never chase your losses, and analyze each game on its own merits. Alright, we've covered all the individual plays. We've talked about research, value, bankroll management, and avoiding mistakes. Now it's time to put it all together into a cohesive game plan. A smart betting strategy is the overarching philosophy that guides all of your decisions. It's your playbook for the entire season. It's not a rigid set of rules, but a flexible framework that ensures you are consistently making disciplined, value-oriented wagers. Developing this strategy is the final step in transitioning from someone who simply bets on games to someone who is thoughtfully investing in their own analysis. Your strategy should begin with specialization. The NFL is a huge league, and trying to be an expert on all 32 teams is a daunting task. Many successful bettors choose to specialize. Maybe you focus only on one conference, like the AFC, or perhaps you specialize in a specific type of bet, like totals or player props. By narrowing your focus, you can gain a much deeper level of knowledge and a more significant analytical edge than if you spread yourself too thin trying to handicap every single game on the board every week. Become a master of one or two domains rather than a jack of all trades. Next, your strategy must include meticulous record keeping. You need to track every single bet you make. Record the date, the game, the bet type, the line you got, your unit size, and the result. This is not optional. Your betting records are your game film. They allow you to go back and analyze your performance honestly. You can see what's working and what isn't. Are you killing it on your over-under bets but constantly losing on big favorites? Your records will reveal your strengths and weaknesses, allowing you to adjust your strategy, refine your process, and focus on the areas where you have a proven edge. Finally, your strategy must be built on a foundation of patience and discipline. This is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be good weeks and bad weeks. A smart strategy acknowledges this variance and focuses on the long-term process. Trust your research, stick to your bankroll plan, track your results, and continuously learn and adapt. Don't get too high after a big win or too low after a tough loss. The goal is to end the season with a profit and to have enhanced your enjoyment of the game along the way. That is the winning drive. That is the path to a successful and rewarding betting career. Let's look at the big picture. The NFL is constantly evolving. Rule changes, offensive philosophies, and defensive schemes are always in flux. Staying on top of these league-wide trends is crucial for any serious bettor. One significant trend: the explosion of the passing game. This impacts betting, particularly on totals. Another major trend is the increased emphasis on analytics and aggressive decision-making by coaches. Teams are going for it on fourth down far more frequently. Finally, the role of the mobile quarterback has reshaped offensive football. Learning to read these trends helps you navigate the waters of a full NFL season. Just as NFL teams have embraced analytics to gain an on-field edge, the world of sports betting has been completely transformed by the data revolution. We've moved far beyond simple box scores. Today, bettors have access to an incredible depth of advanced statistics and analytical tools that can uncover subtle advantages and predictive patterns. These metrics give us a much more nuanced and accurate way to evaluate team and player performance. Engaging with these advanced stats is no longer a niche activity for math wizards. It's becoming a standard part of the research process for any bettor who is serious about finding long-term success. Metrics like DVOA, which we mentioned earlier, are a great example. DVOA breaks down every single play of the NFL season and compares it to a league average baseline, adjusted for the situation and the quality of the opponent. This tells you how truly efficient a team is, stripping away the noise of a lucky bounce or a weak schedule. Another great set of metrics are EPA, or expected points added per play. EPA measures how each play impacts a team's odds of scoring on that drive. A 15-yard pass on 3rd and 20 is still a failed play, and EPA reflects that, whereas traditional stats just show 15 passing yards. So how do you use this information? These advanced stats help you identify teams that might be over or undervalued by the general public, who are still looking at basic yards and points. A team might have a losing record but rank highly in DVOA or EPA, suggesting they've been unlucky and are better than their record indicates. This is a classic buy low opportunity. Conversely, an undefeated team with mediocre advanced stats might be due for a fall, creating a sell high situation where you can bet against them. These numbers provide an objective foundation for your analysis, balancing out the emotional narratives from the media. You don't need to be a data scientist to benefit from this revolution. Many websites and services do the heavy lifting for you, presenting these advanced analytics in an accessible way. The key is to incorporate them into your weekly research process, use them to challenge your own assumptions, and to find the hidden stories that the basic stats don't tell. The data revolution has given us a sharper lens through which to view the game. Learning to use that lens is a powerful skill that can illuminate value where others only see a confusing betting line, providing a clear path to smarter wagers. For decades, legal sports betting in the United States was almost exclusively confined to the state of Nevada. For the rest of the country, it existed in the shadows. That all changed in a monumental way in 2018. The Supreme Court made a landmark decision, striking down the federal ban on sports wagering. This ruling didn't automatically make sports betting legal everywhere. Instead, it handed the power to each individual state to decide for itself whether to legalize and regulate the activity. This has created a rapidly changing patchwork of laws across the country, a new legal landscape that continues to evolve every year. Since that 2018 decision, over 30 states plus Washington, D.C., have launched some form of legal sports betting market, with more states joining them all the time. This expansion has been one of the biggest stories in the sports world. You can hardly watch a game now without seeing advertisements for major sports books, or hearing commentators reference the betting lines. This mainstream acceptance has brought betting out of the shadows and into a regulated environment, which offers significant protections for consumers that simply did not exist before. It has changed the way fans interact with the sport in a fundamental way. It is absolutely crucial that you understand the laws in your specific location. Each state has its own set of rules and regulations. Some states allow for full online and mobile betting, where you can place a wager from anywhere within state lines on your phone. Other states might only permit betting in person at physical retail sportsbooks located in casinos or racetracks. There are also differences in what you can bet on. For example, some states prohibit betting on in-state college teams. Always make sure you are using a licensed, legal sportsbook that is authorized to operate in your state. This is the first and most important step to safe betting. The continued expansion of legal betting is great news for fans and bettors. It fosters competition among sportsbooks, which leads to better odds, more generous promotions, and innovative products for you, the customer. It also generates significant tax revenue for states, which can be used to fund public services. As this new landscape continues to take shape, staying informed about the legal status of betting where you live is paramount. It ensures you are participating in a safe, fair, and regulated market, giving you the peace of mind to focus on what really matters, doing your homework and finding that winning edge. This might be the most important message in our entire session. While betting on the NFL can be fun, it's essential to approach it responsibly. Adopt responsible gambling practices from the beginning to maintain a healthy relationship with sports betting. Only bet what you can afford to lose using a dedicated bankroll separate from essential funds. Never borrow money to gamble. Set limits on both your time and money. Use the tools provided by legal sports books to set limits. Know the signs of problem gambling and where to get help. If betting is no longer fun, take a break. Use resources like the National Problem Gambling Helpline. Playing it safe is the smartest bet. In today's digital world, online security is paramount, and your sports betting account is no exception. You are trusting these platforms with your personal information and your hard-earned money, so it's essential to take proactive steps to protect yourself. The good news is that legal, regulated sportsbooks in the United States are held to very high security standards, similar to those of major financial institutions. They use sophisticated encryption and security protocols to protect your data. However, your own habits and practices play a huge role in building a digital fortress around your betting activity, ensuring a safe and secure experience. The first line of defense is creating a strong, unique password for each of your sportsbook accounts. Avoid using common words, personal information like your birth date, or the same password you use for your email or social media. A strong password should be a long combination of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Even better, enable two-factor authentication or 2FA whenever it's offered. With 2FA, even if someone manages to steal your password, they still won't be able to access your account without a second code that is sent to your phone. This is one of the single most effective security measures you can take. Be extremely cautious of phishing scams. These are fraudulent emails, text messages, or websites designed to trick you into revealing your login credentials or personal information. A legitimate sportsbook will never email you and ask for your password or other sensitive account details directly. Be wary of unsolicited messages that claim there's a problem with your account or offer a bonus that seems too good to be true, urging you to click a suspicious link. Always log into your account by navigating directly to the official website or using the official app, never through a link in an unexpected email. Finally, make sure you are on a secure network connection when accessing your accounts, especially when making deposits or withdrawals. Avoid using public Wi-Fi networks, like those at coffee shops or airports, for these sensitive transactions, as they can be vulnerable to eavesdropping. Stick to your secure home network or use your cellular data connection. By practicing good password hygiene, enabling two-factor authentication, being vigilant against phishing, and using secure networks, you can ensure that your online betting experience is not only fun and potentially profitable but also safe and sound from any potential digital threats. We've reached the 2-minute warning. Let's recap the game plan we've installed. We covered the fundamentals, like understanding American odds. Then the point spread, money line, and total. We explored proposition bets, parlays, teasers, and futures. Finally, we highlighted research, bankroll management, and responsible gambling. This complete playbook is now yours. You have the tools to bet with confidence. Let's huddle up one last time. Great teams avoid costly errors. In betting, this is even more true. Your long-term success will be defined by the bad bets you don't make. Avoiding these common pitfalls will protect your bankroll. The first mistake is letting fan loyalty dictate your wagers. Separate your rooting interest from your betting interest. The second cardinal sin is chasing losses. It is the fastest path to blowing up your bankroll. Stick to your unit plan no matter what. Another frequent error is having unrealistic expectations. Focus on making sound, value-based decisions. Patience, discipline, and a realistic outlook are the hallmarks of a bettor who is built to last. Ready to level up your betting game? Here are a few advanced concepts to consider. First, create your own power ratings to find value. Second, understand key numbers in the NFL. Getting a line on the right side of a key number is a massive advantage. Third, analyze the betting market itself. Is a line moving because of public money or sharp money? Learning to distinguish can be a powerful tool. As we conclude, it's worth taking a moment to look ahead at the horizon. The world of sports betting is evolving at a breathtaking pace, and the NFL is at the epicenter of this transformation. What we see today is just the beginning of a new dynasty of fan engagement driven by technology and innovation. The experience of betting on an NFL game 5 or 10 years from now will likely be even more integrated, interactive, and data-rich than it is today. Staying aware of these future trends will keep you ahead of the curve and allow you to adapt your strategies as the landscape continues to change and mature. The integration of betting directly into the live broadcast is one of the most anticipated developments. Imagine watching a game on your television and having a QR code pop up on the screen that allows you to instantly place a live bet on the current drive, with odds powered by the broadcaster's own data. This seamless watch and wager experience will make live betting more accessible and immediate than ever before. It will bring another level of interactivity to the viewing experience, turning every moment of the game into a potential transaction and a point of deep engagement for the viewer at home. Furthermore, the role of artificial intelligence and machine learning in betting will only grow. For bettors, this means access to even more powerful predictive models and analytical tools that can process vast amounts of data to find patterns and probabilities that are invisible to the human eye. Sportsbooks will use AI to set sharper lines and create more dynamic, personalized prop bets. This will create a more challenging environment, but it will also provide the dedicated bettor with incredible new resources to inform their decisions. The future of handicapping will involve a partnership between human intuition and machine-powered analysis. Finally, we can expect to see new betting markets and products emerge. As player tracking data becomes more sophisticated and widely available, we may see the rise of micro-betting on an even more granular level. Imagine betting on the velocity of a quarterback's next pass or the yards gained after contact on a running back's next carry. The possibilities are nearly endless. The future of NFL betting is one of deeper integration, more powerful data, and greater interactivity. For the prepared and adaptable bettor, this future is filled with unprecedented opportunity to engage with the greatest game on earth. The clock has hit zero. Our time together has come to an end. You came here today looking for a guide to unlock the world of NFL betting, and you now have the complete playbook in your hands. We have covered everything from the basic vocabulary of odds to the advanced strategies of the pros. You know the different types of bets, the importance of bankroll management, the necessity of research and value hunting, and the critical need to be a responsible and safe participant. You are armed with a level of knowledge that already places you far ahead of the average casual bettor. This is your championship moment. The journey from here is yours to command. Remember that becoming a successful bettor is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a process of continuous learning, refinement, and discipline. There will be thrilling victories and tough losses. The key is to stay grounded, trust the process you've learned, and never stop being a student of the game. Keep detailed records of your bets, analyze your strengths and weaknesses, and adapt your strategy accordingly. The most successful bettors are the ones who are the most dedicated to honing their craft over the long haul. Your education didn't end today, it has just begun. I encourage you to start slow, take the concepts we've discussed and apply them with small, manageable wagers. Focus on the process, not the results of any single game. Did you do your homework? Did you find what you believe to be legitimate value? Did you stick to your unit plan? If you can answer yes to these questions, then you have succeeded, regardless of the final score. Build your confidence, refine your methods, and let your experience grow week by week. The goal is to enhance your enjoyment of the NFL season, to feel a deeper connection to the games, and to challenge yourself intellectually. Thank you for joining me on this journey. The passion, the strategy, and the incredible drama of the National Football League await you with a new layer of excitement. You now have the tools not just to watch the game, but to engage with it on a whole new level. Go forth with confidence, be disciplined, stay curious, and above all, bet smart. I'm Al Michaels, and I wish you the best of luck in the seasons to come. Enjoy the games, everyone.